Hey, I say you get to decide what you want to do on T-side. This is a team that love to push down middle, love to take space on the CT of this map. We're going to see how things fare and if they can continue to go flawless in their group, much as how Liquid did on Inferno. Already right down middle. No surprise, drop. He is true FURIA talent, but not for long. Obo dinks him, dices him up in middle. And EG, 5-on-4, perfect start.
That's what they wanted. Little opener given to them early from the FURIA squad. Now flashing this play out through Boiler Arts. Timing is good to find Stanislaw.
No flashes
to
now.
the A site and into the crossfire. Vinny, only good for one. Often the Pistol King. Queserato can't do damage. FURIA have won every pistol round they've played at the NARMR so far. Is this about to change? Is it EG to steal that away from them?
Sign of the times, perhaps circle low, but Breezy catches Art round the corner in Queserato. He'll get uncrouch peeked when Mihu finds the time. Breezy needs to contact first. Mihu doesn't want to give away the 1v1. And Queserato now has the info on both. Oh, double face, Mihu wide. And that was a dangerous play, but it works wonders. FURIA finally fall in a pistol. And EG, hey, this is a must-win map for them. And so that's one way to kick it off.
By the way, you know, we threw that in casually. How insane is that stat, man? And admittedly, you know, ruined now.
See how hard, considering, you know, pistols are at times 50-50 rounds. Like, so many times you're just going to gamble. You're going to go for read plays, like stacks up. Yeah, not helped by drop dying in middle. But he was raised by the Panthers. So, of course, he's going to be getting involved, as FURIA often do on this CT side. Still going to be seeing fights out of FURIA down middle. Deagles. Mostly rifles for EG. They spot the jump.
You know, I really feel so in pistol rounds, the standout players for FURIA, one of them is obvious. It's Vinny, right? This guy, pistol round king, always has been, always will be. He only managed to get away with one there. That already had me worried. But the second guy we've actually been looking to as a surprise entry in those pistol rounds is Drop. And so losing the two key parts of that 100% win rate in pistol rounds to open the round up was a bit of a bad omen. Now you come in with the force buy. We have never had to see a FURIA second round force yet, so you know, currently don't know what these are going to be like, but oh, the Scout of Art doing a bit of damage, drops into the pit, and even more out of this Scout. Art has done so much, not a kill yet, but so much damage. It softened them up for the Deagles down in pit. Vinny waiting, will get dealt with by Breezy.
One more shot, man, it would have done it. Mihu's so low. Is it still going to happen, though, for FURIA? They want to give it a go. Hanging around to see if kills come their way, but the smoke might decide it for you at that point. No kit anyway, and so FURIA look to keep their Deagles and their armor as EG go 2-0 up. All right, already a confident start for EG. That's nice to see. You know, it was a slow day in the office yesterday for everyone but Stan. With Godsend looking so damn good in this group as well. Pressure's on for a team like EG. For FURIA, I mean, they're happy no matter what. They're going to the major. We'll see them there.
Sorry, Hugo, I was pointing at you because I wanted to make a point, but I'm actually trying to widen my data points on this one.
Get more info.
So this is pretty cool. The Deagle nerf, obviously, came in recently. And I will say that round 2 conversion numbers are looking a lot better across both NA and EU.
Can you give us some numbers?
Yeah, I can actually give you some numbers for this one.
So out, Nico, just talk away.
So out here in NA, for example, the lowest amount is 50%, and that's on Team 1 and 0-0 Nation. Obviously, they've both had a pretty rough time here, so I think that kind of, you know, more team-specific than situation-specific. Other than that, there are plenty of teams at 100%. There's Triumph, Pain, ATK, all in that position. And then all the other teams floating up around the kind of 75 to 90% mark.
So when that was even, sometimes it was like 55 in favor of the Force, you know, back about a year ago. So that's a good homework there, Harry. He did his own research. It was actually good research for a change. And yeah, that's not a huge surprise, right? These deagles were always out in the second round. There's body spams. Not quite as apparent anymore, and these pistols are going to get removed.
It just feels like you have to earn it now. It actually takes something genuinely remarkable and not a couple of body spams going your way. I do love how, you know, this has been a real kind of, you know, I mean, admittedly, kind of an event to decide if you get to a major. It's maybe not the time you want to be doing data collection, but it's been a cool little tournament to see how these changes are going to affect things heading in to the biggest major Counter-Strike has ever had.
Yeah, I actually like the fact that we're on a new patch, right? Not just
and we got some fresh stuff going on.
Yeah, not just because of the ancient changes. We haven't really had to see a whole lot of that across these regions. But even for the nades as well, because it's you know, it's still important, obviously, but I wouldn't say we've seen any game-breaking nade combinations or ideas so far. You're dead, yeah. So while that's the case, we've still had teams, you know, get to grips with it and practice and get ready for what will be the biggest major in years, the only major in years. 2 mil on the line, man. So that's super cool.
Even just had a little look at CIS, and even that's looking really quite pretty there as well. So yeah, you know, it might not have been like the most crazy deeg nerf. Honestly, I'm so happy that Valve didn't tank it into the ground. It felt like they were pretty measured with how they approached that one. And the numbers already look far prettier for it, so
it's reassuring.
I like that. I like that.
Well, guns are out now. EG do get their conversions, keeping it clean, as is the way. FURIA now with an AWP back on the short side. Me who's going to smoke him off, though, or at least look to do so. Won't commit into the AWP. Facing on short. Oh, gets absolutely beamed by Stanislaw. Me who's followed up as well. Quick wrap here for EG on that A site. And there's one more man in the pit that Obo taps out. Woo. EG, that's a hell of a round to steal away, and Obo was not convinced by the corner clear. Keserato gets out with his gun, at least, but of little impact is that frag, of little damage at this point as EG build up 4-0, 4 alive, and don't even need to hunt. They could get a free AWP if they want it as well. Doesn't look like they're all too interested in an AWP in these early T-side rounds. Always a fear of handing on back to Art as well.
Now, where things like can really get crazy in Group B, and really what I think would be heartbreaking for what has quickly become one of my favorite teams here at this event, there's a world where obviously Godsent can be left third in the group, and if that happens, they go on to play Extremum in the 5th place decider. But do you know what's so heartbreaking about that? Godsent were one of these 0 point teams coming in.
Yep.
Even if they won that versus Extremum would still get to the major.
By 5 points.
Yeah.
By 5 little points.
So that is genuinely heartbreaking.
So wait, how do we get to that position? Sorry, you prefaced.
Oh, dude, there's
there's a lot of outcomes, right? There's a lot of games.
There's a lot of ways that we can get there, but all you need to know is if Godsent win their game, they don't have to worry about that at all. Okay. So it's only up in the air if that, you know, if they end up losing that.
Right now, both the underdogs are up in the lead in those two matchups we mentioned. Even OO Nation over Team 1 right now. But we're early in the game. Anything can happen once the guns come out. And they have it indeed again for FURIA as they've re-bought around these 2 rifles. It's a decent buy, considering how early we are in the game. EG running a nice passive, safe default, leaving Art to lock down B. Might even have some utility dropped around at that B-bomb site to keep this one alive as the solo player. Bounce Molotov into the apartments, not going to stop anyone. Yuri's not in apps, he's in the porch looking into the wall, trying to avoid a flash, and there it is. Time to turn, time to get ready to go. This heavy setup drop, making that early contact with Yuri. There's no contact to be made. Yuri goes wide, trying to find Mihu, and he sees the barrel and swings to find the kill. If Obo tries to commit, there's 2 more men here to defend Yuri, and he might just bound out. disappear. Obo hits the smoke and now needs to get out as well. You might want to have to go back to B, but you haven't got a lot of time to get that map control back. Luckily, Art's used all his util, and that's drawn K-Serato into the bomb site as well. A is weaker as a result, and EG need to go now.
Yeah, Yuri waiting for this swing, and he even has support from short. Player falling back. Ooh. Yuri, this is his moment, and Vinny's stealing them all away. Never mind the Yuri moment, mate. Vinny wants the spotlight on him. For Cirque and Stan, there's just simply not enough time. It's the enemy of all of us. And so FURIA, you know, it takes them 5 rounds in, but they finally come through with their first.
And that's all off the back of those saved guns as well, right? You lose everyone in that previous round. You definitely don't get by as pretty as this for FURIA. And even though they make the error, not even error, but just decision to move out of the A stack as the util runs out on the B bomb site, they still hold on. Pretty lacking in the utility were EG themselves anyway that late in the round. Had not gone to plan with Mihu getting picked by that Balk player. So a rebuy for EG, still plenty of money from their 4-0 lead. Fast nades up B, all right, good damage. Oh, the third is what does it for Art, and K-Serato just gets out of there. Scarpers into the site. EG could just go. FURIA are dragging rotates over, kicking and screaming through spawn. K-Serato just dumping what he can. It's another good grenade back to do damage to Breezy. And he's gonna get given a belt of util by Vinny, swapped out, gave him everything. So K-Serato's just dumping, but he's still alone here at this bomb site. FURIA made sure that they ran on Speedway, and so EG hear a rotate, but it's not a real rotate. EG don't care. They still think they're walking into 2. It's only 1 man. As long as they can kill K-Serato, they should be fine, but he's jumped over, he's got a frag, and hiding here sets FURIA up for a retake.
Yeah, as long as K-Serato stays alive, you're still invested to give this one a go. Smoke spam, anything going against FURIA, and they would be sent saving. But luckily enough, K-Serato bides his time and does let them come in on the 4-on-4 retake. Nades gonna rain in, try to do a little bit more damage, and Stan takes the bulk of that. This molly, they're not gonna flush these players out at new box, and you would have loved to have had that to rain in now. The nade doing even more. And if only you had a way to force these engagements out of EG, but instead, you know, you picked where your one molly was going, not the right place. And even though everyone's dead to the bomb, make no mistake, Stan ain't getting away from this one. Woo, he does!
Fast feet, mate.
Bro, he's quick.
Don't count him out.
Also, I never know bomb damage on Inferno. Can I just throw that out there? I'll hold my hand up and say it.
I feel like it does like 90. If it's like default on A and your boiler, you take like 95 damage. It's crazy. We've also seen someone die in banana to an A plant.
To an A plant, yeah.
They had 1 health and it was a deep side plant and they died in banana. Crazy stuff. Yeah, as well, I don't know if that, you know, the lineup looked pretty skew-if for that. Maybe it was for oranges. It looked like it was meant to land in U-Box. It looked like it was meant to bounce, but it just clipped the top of oranges. Like a very specific lineup there, if it was. It was more just on the fly from what I could tell. And if it does land U-Box, Harry, like you said, like that would have been everything. Because the Coffin player could have swung oranges and got that info, but you can't clear U-Box. You've got to get them out of position. And that probably would have won you the round if you're FURIA. 2 players were there. Would have been cooked. Brazilian barbecue, perhaps. Delicious, by the way, but not on the menu. 5-1 for EG. They're the ones cooking with gas right now. B site round converted, and Stan saves an A1S. Cheeky. Molly's down B, smoked out by Mihu to try and give himself some room to play with. They're still going to nade the logs and get rid of him from this round. FURIA fight through the smoke and that dangerous A4 spray. Traces aren't punished.
Yeah, you know, throughout 2020, this was a pretty hotly contested rivalry, and even though FURIA had an incredible 2020, this was actually a matchup that would oftentimes go in favor of EG. Wonder if we see that kind of show its head again.
Oh, jumped it.
Maybe just looking at the respective forms of these teams, you're thinking FURIA have got this in the bag, but as I say, in 2020, that wasn't always the case.
Yeah, FURIA on a 4-match winning streak, but again, 3 out of 4 of those are against other Brazilian teams, of which they are very familiar with. Queserato smoked off now, got to deal with some NA style, and Art's bringing all the flicks, fancy stuff to keep 5 alive for FURIA. Up to 2 on the CT side, and that's going to feel good for the money as well. Gets a rebuy nades with no question for EG. Ooh, it's going to be weird. It's going to be wacky. If Stan drops 1, maybe they buy, but even then would only mean 3 rifles, so a bit of a halfie here. For EG, coming next with everything, including the AWP if you want it. You know Art's running his now. That's been confirmed. That much is apparent. It's a very relaxed investment here for EG. They don't have a lot of loss, at least. Straight up ult made a quicker one with a triple B. A is weak early, and EG can expect that, but there's not much they can do with Molotovs down in the apartment. By the time it fades, it's already Art back in position.
Yeah, looking like this is just a nice little standard apps pop out of... Ooh, the nade hit him! The nade hit him! Mihu is counting his lucky stars that he's alive there. Now the flash in, and Vinny, well, he's looking to lock the round in for FURIA. 4 in it for him. And 3 on the board now. The apps pop does not work for EG. You know, very rarely does. Oftentimes hinging on getting, you know, either a player blinded so you're able to actually win that first fight. Like Vinny just dodges the flash, isn't even blind on the push through that smoke. And from that point on in, it was pretty much all said and done. Vinny's not the kind of guy you want to give those fights to.
Oh, look at him smiling away. It's such a delight.
Dude, yeah, big Vinny fan.
Oh, this is dangerous. Cirque was holding. You know, if you post up there and see ult mid, if Cirque has the right angle, he can see a barrel. He can maybe edge his way to find some fingers. Shooting fingers, man, that does it. That's a body shot right there. They count. So it's going to get on his teammate's head, wait for re-aggression or to see an escape after the corner molly comes in. Nothing of the sort. Instead, it is an escape of sorts. FURIA rotate one man out.
Mate, the nade damage is huge as well. Oh, nades dropped back in spawn. That's grabbed by Vinny in the rotation. Great job on the observing team for grabbing us an angle like that midway through the banana challenge. These are little details we would have missed out on otherwise if it wasn't for the folks behind the scenes.
Yeah, work has just gotten a lot harder, right, for production, for observation.
Yeah, but they love it. They actually love a challenge, you know. They're like, oh my God, you know, we have all these resources to be able to keep track of so much at once, and now we get to use them.
Where's the smoke guard? Check under the bench.
I still can't believe that
Grassy,
we gave them the challenge, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, find us the utility that's rolled away, and then they did. Right, so EG setting up for this B play. They have been waiting at banana all damn round. And Art rotating away. They're getting faked on. Just Stanislaw here alone, and he starts to piece it together now. Only 1 for drop. Art's going through the smoke with the AWP, but he smites Obo out of the round. This CT wrap is coming in, trying to cut down these players in rotation. Vinny dead. Art now knows he's got the 1v1, but tries to go back for Stanislaw.
They lose it! No time! He thought he was getting smoke crushed. That would be the right play, it felt like, right? Art could have just gone through to challenge
I thought he was going to. I thought he did.
He fakes it out. But there's no way that Stan was given enough kills in CT to win the round, even if Cirque killed Art there. I don't know what went on. There was
that round was so chaotic. I actually punched the mic away from my mouth while I'm casting.
Oh, you're not the only one punching things after that. EG are going to be pissed, man. They live after time, and they don't get anything for it. That was their round, man. They plot the bomb, they win. They just win. I don't know if Cirque double faked, but he at least went for it once. Thought Art was coming in hot. Or not. The molly is what burns Cirque out, and that is a worse way for these last couple of rounds to go for Cirque. Dear, oh dear. Breezy's grabbed the AWP. But this is pandemonium for EG, and it's a red carpet rolled out for FURIA. Are they going to strut their stuff? Will they trip on the carpet. Smoke's going to cut off Art. Won't go through that one, though.
I want it top middle, but it's, you know, kind of pick your poison here. You either go into Art's AWP at long, run into the crossfire over in the site. Oh, they try to challenge Art, but he's up for a challenge. He's hungry for it. Oh, Art's on for the ace. One away from it, and just Stanislaw left to beat. Art doesn't get all 5. Stan will deny him that at least. But now is to find an ace of his own in the 1v5 if he wants to win this round for EG. Art has probably already done enough. Sure, he doesn't get the big grin, the big win, and the smiling, you know, taking down all 5. But you know you've done enough to secure the bag and secure yourself a 5th.
Oh, hoping he can sneak his way into the bomb site, get a quick plant, but disallowed by Urine. Even though the orb's not saved, the round is all by Art. 6 shots. Great job. But luckily, EG can rebuy, right? Their money was only hampered a little bit by that save after time. Still, everyone gets what they need except for Zerg. Galil with a flash. FURIA back to a more standard B around now, just 2 there. Art again takes a fight down middle, wants to get involved, and they flash it off. They know what Art's like, they know what to expect out of this guy. He's going to be trying these cheeky little early plays, trying to manhandle man advantages for FURIA. Right, K-Star, to watch out. If there was a gun out there for me, he's hitting that shot. I've seen him hit harder ones. Luckily, nades keep FURIA standing. Smoked out. Oh, okay. Little pixel gap, little shot for Breezy to knock Curie off the balcony. One way to find an opener, and they might just explode while they've got the chance. Bomb's going B, Breezy faking it out.
Yeah, there's still a lot of bodies over in top middle, though, for this to definitely be the fake. I almost wonder if this is an attempt at a double fake here, right? I know the bomb is still floating around at Banana, and actually they're looking to wrap CT. That's the intention behind these guys out in top mid. Art's not ready for it. And so he's taken by surprise. That was the only guy who could have leant towards the B bomb site, and so EG have got this round. So long as they don't get spooked and they plant the bomb, they're on to a winner.
I don't know what happened for Art there. Was he not convinced that Stan was 3? He ran it, mate. He flashed and he ran. Art was blind, right? So I guess he didn't know how close Stan had got him, but with the flash, you would have thought. And yeah, Stan just sneaks in as Art's gun is not ready to fight, and EG would just take the clean round. They're never going to hunt this one. Maybe they go for the open CT if they really care. But even right now, holding off to make sure FURIA aren't retaking, aren't going for anything cheeky, some last-second retakes. You see them, they come through eventually, every now and then. Not in this round. EG take the lead, but this is a competitive, Harry. This is up in the air still.
Yeah, you know, it's one of these guys, I still, you know, like, oftentimes you kind of get a clear picture painted of what the routes to success might be, you know, who's kind of the team looking on point. But right now it is so neck and neck, and a lot of these rounds are decided by 1 or 2, you know, like key moments, key decisions. It feels like we're splitting some pretty fine hairs, and it kind of, you know, speaks volumes to this idea of the rivalry between these squads, perhaps looking to get reignited. Obviously, more on the line for EG than perhaps for FURIA here. But, you know, FURIA still want that legend status. They still want to be up there with the Liquids of the world.
Easier said than done, but it'd be cool to see them meet in that final, perhaps. We had the Gambit Na'Vi over in CIS. EU still waiting to roll out, but for NA, a Liquid FURIA would be essentially the Gambit Na'Vi, wouldn't it? It would be the top 2 in the region, pretty much proven. For CIS, it was at least the top 2 in the world. Got a salt of Banana with nades, but behind the logs, and Art gets caught. The nade dunks him. That actually is what sets Obo up. Art can't run away. He can't move a muscle. And so a little opener from Obo. Let's put EG in the 5-on-4. Still keeping pressure on A as Stan, just trying to keep players in the wrong bomb site. FURIA will be a team that love to call your bluff on this map, not necessarily over-rotate off the back of one kill. This is a moment where you probably wish they would, though. It's only Keserato, no nades. He's got to get a multi-kill, and even then, it's not easy. One frag comes through. No CT smoke, but there it blooms, and the flashes will get EG in. Oh, no! Keserato doesn't know about the damage to Mihu, but if Stan dies in middle, suddenly, this is more than just a retake round. This is a perfect setup here for FURIA. Mihu's going to risk it all. Here's the reload and creeps in behind the tree.
Okay, the timing on his push is kind of nuts. Like, you are not considering this if you're FURIA. Mihu trying to make a play to win the damn round, to win the whole thing, and there's one out of ammo, and Keserato does delete him. Circa's got to come up huge in the 1v3. Dodges the flash, but now needs to hit the shots. First man removed, and a lot of damage to Yuri, but Vinny on Inferno is there to put up 6 on the board for FURIA.
Or there's a parallel universe a few 100 million light years away where, you know, Mihu hits that one tap onto the AWP. Could have been it, could have been everything there for EG, but instead, a shutdown Circa the clutch. A nice try from him, puts FURIA back up on the board. Great. A B hold for Keserato as well, right? Like, as said, FURIA don't fall for it. They stick back in their squadron, their triple ace hold. But it's still no problem for Keserato, who not only gets a kill before the smoke blooms, but then even through them. 6-6, and this game is so up in the air, so uncertain. Another banana take. Obo wants to give it a go. Smokes and flashes his way through. It's manual mode for Obo, and he's caught Art on a jump. That's why you got to be careful on these little hops. He sees the ult get grabbed, but he can't chase down Keserato in time. Another scope is out. It's up. It's ready to go. Obo can't hit the pre-fire and doesn't want to dig the hole any deeper because Vinny's already got the shovel out. Finding Breezy in apartments. And so that might just force the B hit. Again, EG, they're walking into only one man. FURIA keep trying to call bluffs, but EG poker face straight into B. Oh,
what the hell, man? Keserato really loving smoke kills, but that one is just dodged, just weaved. A slow retake here for Yuri, who's trying to hit this timing up on the banana play. That smoke is actually going to, I imagine, leave a lot of Cirque's attention on this position, but Yuri wins the fight. That is a big sigh of relief for FURIA, because time is not their friend. They need these kills. Keserato with one. Stan lost in CT, and Obo up on top of the boost. That kill is likely the round. Yuri doesn't have the time, doesn't have the resources to make this one work.
Ooh, better run, but he'll be fine. And EG, sick round out of them there. Stan, oh dude, Stan looks like a different player coming back off of his little break. I know we've been hyping him up a lot, but I think he does deserve the praise. Like, some of the impact he's finding in these rounds, the calls are really nice. He's in FURIA's head right now with the BXX, but even just individually, not playing scared in post plants, sitting on off angles, winning fights for FURIA. That's an awkward one for Cirque as well. He was so aware of the flank coming down banana. Didn't let that late delayed peek for Yuri get in his head, but luckily enough, it's still converted at the back of the bomb site for Obo. EG up by 1 now. This has been a war of attrition, but both teams have consistently put together money, rubbed a couple of pennies between their fingers to find buys. And again, it's not bad for FURIA. Always lacking that util. You never feel like you have enough, even when it's all dropped in a big pile for you. You do have Keserato on an AWP. Art push deep down B and Keserato covering. EG though, of course, now they move away from these B attacks. And there's no stack for FURIA this time. A more standard pit side setup, but you've got the guns here, you've got the rifles all together. But will EG bite? Oh, annoying smoke.
Oh, retaking Banana. EG, they fake the A play again, sending a player in on this wrap round. Up close, Art will manage one out of the MP9. Oh, no! Once again, this CT lurk out of Stan was hoping to win the round, but K-Serato is the wall between EG and this B bomb site. Oh, it's a wall bang, but it's not enough to get that bomb denial. The nade will remove Breezy.
Okay.
And so Cirque, not destined to win this clutch. It's another one left on his shoulders that proves too much of a burden to carry.
I mean, you see why FURIA keep running these heavy A setups as well. It's like K-Serato is just holding B on his own right now. Nuts round out of him. The wallbang that set Breezy dead from the nade that would not have done it otherwise, other way. It would have been a final 2-on-3 post-plant that EG certainly would have had skin in the game on, but again, the clutch immediately decided, no seconds to wait around. Good shots out of K-Serato. And yeah, Harry, you were saying, you know, we were saying, oh, if you've been good in this group, they've been clean as they really should have been, but it hasn't felt like we've had the K-Serato of who we saw in Pro League, for example, who looked incredible in the group. Well, we're getting a bit of that taste right now, 12-5. And just solo B round after round, knocking them down. Stan's going to molly Yuri. That will keep him trapped in apps, but he has found his little pocket, his bubble of air, moving through in the apartments. They've just beat the time. He's going to find out the easy way, dropping Breezy. They come into apps. It's not going to be easy, though. Yuri with 2. Can just dive out into ult mid. Doesn't need to. Maybe should have. Stan gets a gun upgrade. Faster than Mihu at that. My one, mate. Stick with your Deeg. But Stan is also the utility man of this round.
Kind of scary, you know, like you put all your eggs in one basket. If he died, you would lose it all. But, you know, going for the apps pop, he's not really in any danger of losing this util. He also has the bomb on his back, so don't want to lose that over on balcony with Mihu dead up on the short side. FURIA looking to win out the half at 8-7.
Oh, that's so solid.
30 seconds left on the clock, and K-Serato not moving a muscle in pit. No one giving this kill over to EG, and EG are going silent, hoping that FURIA outbrain themselves here, but they're staying strong, they're staying true to this 3-man stack. Eventually, Vinny will get impatient, and that's given a kill over. Now Stan drops into the pit. Oh, K-Serato with the turn, and Drop closes out that first half. FURIA leading the way at 8-7, but for all intents and purposes, it's neck and neck. Either team could take it. Join us in just a moment to find out who gets it over the line.
Nice.
Wait, should you connect?
Boa, guys.
Yeah.
Peguei.
Boa, vagabundo.
Nice, guys. Good exec. I have time. Last guy on me. Oh my god. Boa, alto biblioteca. Ai, que dó, mano.
We are so far.
Tá aí, tá aí. Boa,
Nice,
tá.
porra.
Nem deu CS, nem tiro, velho.
Nice, Alperato! What do I think about the last update? I would say it's a good one. A lot of changes. The A1 buff was needed. I don't know if I think the only thing they need to correct right now is the price of the A4 to be like you can use both guns. I mean, the A1 is superior in every aspect now, but that's fine. And about the grenades drop, I think people are just being a little dramatic about it. Like we're seeing brackets. It's a good thing to have. Like sometimes you don't have money to just buy your gun, and the guy dropped the smoke because he's not gonna use it. And it's some like these little chains in the game that makes the meta evolve. It's a good one, I'll say.
It's been a long, hard-fought game, but the battle has just begun here on Inferno. FURIA taking on EG, and FURIA just leading out the half, 8-7 on that CT side. It was a pretty good masterclass, right? Competitive all the way to the end, but will that continue as sides swap over? FURIA get to bring that metal, and EG just tasting iron right now.
Yeah. Dual Berettas for Cirque. All right. Sorry, the HUD was freaking me out for a moment with a player missing, but it's all good. We're all back to normal, yeah.
Lots of nades.
A lot of nades. That much is true. Maybe even too many nades. We'll have to wait and see.
We need some less nades in here.
Ooh. Okay, the dual Berettas get nothing done, and Serato and Drop will open up with a double. I said, you know, Drop, he has been that second in command in what was FURIA's undefeated pistol streak here at the NARMR. It's been him and Vinny doing the bulk of it, while Drop lives up to that now with a double and leaves Obo and Breezy in the 2-on-5. Little, oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, they should just be knocked out of the pistol round here on the EG side. Not really any hope for them. What I was going to say was, cool little detail was that, you know, you had 3 players invest in utility and 2 players buy up armor. And I imagine this was intentional. I like to give FURIA the credit here, is that they spread the util out amongst everyone, right? Obviously, the 2 armored players not having any. And what that means is like, if anyone dies, you don't lose everything you've put in. That always used to be the scary part of going for utility-focused pistols, right? Was, in theory, if the wrong player died, or, you know, I guess depending on what side you look at it from, the right player died, you could lose an entire belt of util. And so that's why, like, teams sometimes lean away from going for mega util focused pistol rounds. Was like, all it takes is for one of them to fall and suddenly you've lost your entire investment.
Sure. We saw that in the first pistol of this game.
Yeah.
We saw that with Stan. He got his ults, he got his motor smoke in. He had 2 flashes. Someone pushed banana, headshot him. He loses all his nades.
And so they spread it out on FURIA's side, and what that meant was, you know, even if you lost players, you still kept the majority of utility in play. At most, people had 2 nades on them, so you'd only lose 1.
None of that mattered. 1 flash won the round for FURIA. They just popped in, had that deep FURIA or old school Fnatic smoke, if you want to call it that. But it went out of fashion for a bit. FURIA brought it back to the table.
FURIA really brought it back to the table, man. They love that deep CT smoke.
Right now, more of a default round. You're going to exec B, but you are hitting A.
Yeah, just faking this one out, trying to keep bodies. Oh, or are you faking it out, Hugo?
Old late recommittee. Another smoke to get it done. Okay, so it's the double fake. You fake B, you fake A, you hit B. EG, what are they going to do? At a certain point, when you see this many smokes, you just sit back in your sights, you hope. They're coming to you. It's Inferno after all. No one likes losing the round in the first 10 seconds and never getting to see anyone nor take part, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, and you know, Stan is someone who actually has a good idea as to how Art likes to call, and has been able to lead against it to good success. But this might not be one of those moments. The Mihu Deagle doesn't find a thing through the smoke. He's not feeling nor looking very happy, is he, as they overrun this B-bomb site?
Yeah, more like the Schmeagle, Deagle for Mihu right now. He's just going to have to go and save his little ring. Hide out with his pressures. I've only seen the first movie, and I don't really remember it. I think the first half. It's a good film, though.
You should never admit to that. How did you watch one of the 3 Lord of the Rings and go, yeah, that's enough for now?
It was good. No, it was good. It
is good, yeah!
I should watch the other ones. I think I'm scarred. I watched The Hobbit before I saw any Lord of the Rings movies, and it was
no, yeah,
pretty garbage.
But even the most dedicated Tolkien fan will acknowledge that The Hobbit doesn't touch the Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit, based around a single, rather short book.
Cool.
Meanwhile, and that's 3 films worth. Meanwhile, the Lord of the Rings, based around a much larger volume.
Schmeagol is that little like
Schmeagol is the
creature.
little Gollum.
I'm
Gollum
right.
is
Yeah,
Schmeagol.
Gollum.
Well, Schmeagol is nice Gollum. Gollum is evil Gollum. They're the same
Evil Schmeagol,
person.
don't you mean?
Evil Schmeagol, nice Gollum.
Evil
yes.
Schmeagol, evil Knievel.
And now
so
up
my
to
reference is
10.
good.
Yeah,
I don't
no, it
need
was.
to,
It was.
I don't need to actually consume the media. I just need to put the right words in the right order. My precious.
He does not sound like that.
How does he sound?
Oh, hang on.
Come on, give it a go.
My precious. Something like that, kind of.
pretty accurate,
I used to
yeah.
be a little bit better.
Oh no.
No, that was all right. Yuri out towards the top of mid.
Get me out. No, my favorite quote from that film was, "No, Schmeagol, I am the Lord of the Ring, not you." It's great when they say like the name of the movie in the movie. That's, oh dear. Flashed back into B. In come Furia. Oh no, the Schmeagol Deagle is dead. And me who can do nothing about it. It's going to be the plant for Furia. The round locked in.
Yeah, just spamming smokes, drinking, having a good time here, looking through. It's actually EG in a position where they could look to give this one a go. You got the kit,
Surely not.
you got a flash, you only got pistols, but hell, stranger things have happened. Nade's good onto Breeze, he does a bit of damage, softens him up and makes him even more tantalizing for these rifles. Clotheslined by Yuri, out through Banana, and with Obo dead, yeah, this retake's now off the table.
Oh, line up. Yeah, the knife's out. Doesn't matter, sir. Humiliation at the end of the day, no matter what devastation you may throw down the line. 11-7, and just having fun. All mates at the end of the day, Harry. All friends, all pals. But the buy is in here for EG, and they've got to make it worthwhile right now as FURIA starting to leap ahead. Remember that first half? It was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of, trading of rounds. So you don't want the streaks to start being built by your opponent. Not now, not never, not ever.
No, I mean, this is FURIA's chance, like if you want to run away with a game, winning this first rifle round on the T side is massive for doing that. And that's why you see teams, like oftentimes lean into that CT side beginning. You kind of have the best steamrolling side to move on to. With an early kill onto Stanislaw, no less. FURIA now sat a man up and Stan having a lead. From beyond the grave, Queserato pushing up towards top Banana. Is he going to get flashed in, or is this just a contact play? Right now, no one pulling flashes. Oh, instead they're employing a little boost of their own. It's the swing for Vinny. And on top of the sandbags, Obo sits. Good 4-3, and now helped out by Mihu. Obo has sent them packing from this B-bomb site.
Ooh, quick swap. Mag that never runs dry for Art, but it's not going to do anything with it as EG back to the bomb site. And Yuri looks for the mid pick. He's been spotted. Now trying to continue in that fight. Flashed off, but no one peeks from it. Bomb is still B. You're just trying to get a rotate out. Unable to do so. Cirque now, and he wasn't ready for the AWP to have swapped sides. Good readjustment there for EG to change positions. Art in what looks to be a save. No kills coming his way, and so he will keep his AK. That's an 8th round. That's EG winning their gun. First gun round. Worthwhile. And with 4 up, they're going to look to build with it.
Oh, a little pause now, and a moment of pause I think is probably necessary for for FURIA. I mean, that round was right where they wanted to be, as we say. You know, if they win that out, suddenly they're at the point where they can run away with this game, and it goes from a 5-on-4 to a lost round very, very quickly with Obo's heroics over at top banana. So the force buy now for FURIA, you know, it's going to leave you wanting in some regards. Like, you got the Tech 9, the Mac 10. They're not so great, but the AK's still in play. Still a good chance to win this round. FURIA with a bit riding on it. Cirque, run boosted over in middle. You do love to see that. Oh, K-Zero. I mean, he was about to go to them, so... Now Obo snatches the kill before that point, and FURIA might come in with a very, very quick response.
Right through the short smoke as well, but it's not going to worry EG. They didn't even know it was down. They just dropped the Molotov anyway. You may have brackets control, but what are you going to do with it? Full exec, moto and library side. That's to wrap CT, but it's all a bit of a ruse as Art is coming up the short side on this A split with a pit player. Good luck getting far. Cirque's in the sight with the orb. Oh, is he breezy? And he does execute him. Cirque, good shot. Catching him off the cart, and Stan helps out by picking drop out of apps. FURIA's little A wonder has gone nowhere. And EG building back into this game after all.
Not ready to go down without a fight, right? And you know, this is kind of what we were alluding to, like when it comes to Stan as an IGL, someone who he has had a relationship with in the sense that they've always been battling back and forth between the two of them. Is this head-to-head, this brain box of him VR? Something that I do think is pretty intriguing as well, right, is the only players above a 1-0 rating for EG right now.
Yeah.
Cirque and Stan. Everyone else under that. And the fact that, you know, in this game right now, we are getting, you know, Stan looking really good, but Obo is actually giving us one of his better games thus far for EG. It's certainly helping. You know, it was him being the hero over towards this B bomb site in that rifle-on-rifle round. It was him that extended this olive branch to EG to grind their way back in. Now the rest of the squad just have to do good on that. Mihu with a double. Yeah, he's P250'd out by Vinny, but who hasn't been there? A 2-for-1. You'll take that if you're EG.
No smoke. Oh, they go flying for Stan. A1S is doing this team damn well. Obo's been locking it in from banana, down sandbags, through smokes, and now Stan cleaning up all three on the eco. FURIA, they've got to get a gun round here now. EG is starting to pick up steam and make some money on the side. Some investments paying off. They must have watched Mad Money.
What's the answer going to be for FURIA? I mean, they've been able to get away with this B pick a hell of a lot. And even then, you know, they haven't been able to follow through. Now you've got Cirque's AWP starting to come alive and come in with some aggression at that. You've lost Yuri early on. That's a pretty big name to have had removed. Oh, up through Banana, dead at the hands of Mihu, and K-Zero dropped out, knocked out as well. For Vinny and Drop, they've got a big 2-on-4 ahead of them. Vinny might just get blindsided. The double swing, he's so low. Oh, Vinny, run away.
Yeah, I mean, the map is nice as well, but it does just feel like a flip has switch has flipped in the head of EG, right? Where they realize, okay, yeah, we've been trading rounds, been doing well, but this is, guys, this is a major qual. This is everything. Yeah, we've had a pretty rough 2021, all things considered, but we're seeing a far more switched on EG. We're seeing the captain carry of Stan, even with Breezy at 6 kills right now. Like, he hasn't looked the same since Ethan left, but we know this guy's skill ceiling is monstrous. Good shot from Vinny. I mean, maybe there's a way in.
Bro, surely not, right?
Yeah,
I can tell you're not expecting this to come in out of Vinny, and it shouldn't. And he knows that as well. Yeah. It's almost the read, but when you're that low, when there's so little time left, when you're so strapped for any opportunities, they're never going to happen.
But we're seeing, you know, a lot better teamwork out of EG. I really didn't like that nuke game from the nuke game from them yesterday, which has typically been, you know, a really good map for them in you know, times gone by. But yeah, right now we're seeing a lot of double swings, a lot of teamwork, and that's what a map, that's what Inferno is good for. You don't need to always focus on the mega picture. You can focus on the little picture on that CT side, which is just covering your bomb site, playing with one dude or two dudes, and figuring out how you want to deal with the rush your way. Now they got to do the same here today. 5 tagged by the nade. Mihu has seen everyone coming in, and there's not much he can do about it. Smokes are down, flashes are effective, and Stan's Molotov burns out K-Serato. No commitment here for FURIA. They are stopped at the gate, and Mihu's moving in for the kill through the smoke. And EG is just feeling it. And I think at this point, how the hell do you break this if you're FURIA? No matter how good you are, EG are just flowing right now in that state. Another round, just building and building some more. That's 5 in a row ever since they got guns out after FURIA, who have converted their pistol, by the way. EG have just been running away with rifle rounds, and it does not feel like there's anything that can stop them. We haven't had a T-side AWP, but even then, FURIA have had more than enough buys and opportunities. If Cirque can start finding opening kills as well, that would be massive, but FURIA keep flashing them off on these opening angles. They're going to go through the B smoke, try and meet them in the Molotov. Double nade at logs, and Stan goes right through. The timing is awkward there. Thinks they're not even in banana yet. They just enter before he does. He can still only see gray. And now FURIA, you got to kill. You may as well commit. Will that smoke stop you? No.
No chance, mate. Mihu's got to hold the line. 1 to his name already, but traded after that. And with K-Serato already on tree, this should be a done round. This should be an equalizer for FURIA. Obo, if he clears this, it gives you a reason to go for it. Clearing it's one thing, winning the fight is another. K-Serato looking to add insult to injury. Well, face an injury at work. Breezy, good for the double.
Don't you dare.
And now EG are invested again. They've got a reason to give this a go. Smoke down at banana. Drop might want to come through that. Vinny traded. And now Drop caught on the other side of a smoke. It will start to fade, and time is of the essence for Cirque. He's going to walk it. He's going to walk through, and that gives Cirque the fight. It's going to be very, very close, but I think he's got it. 13 on the board for EG, and Drop. Spam in there might have been enough. That is a 1v2 out of Cirque.
2-on-4 as well into the bomb site, into that retake from Cirque and Breezy. And again, the latter, which has been pretty quiet in this game, but that's a massive impact round out of EG. And Cirque, what a clutch. Oh dear, you could see that just being pieced together, right? You're scared of the stick, but the spam, sometimes you just need to get that lineup in.
It's so sad because that is really where I think, you know, for someone like Drop, maybe the inexperience shows a little, because I've seen FURIA in those exact same situations before, and what normally happens, especially in a 4-on-2, is if that top banana smoke comes in, normally the FURIA player at banana would just walk through the smoke, right, and play ahead of it, play that crossfire. Instead, Drop goes, no, I'm going to play for the round win. In a sense, nothing wrong with that, right? It does mean that Vinny gets traded in the site, but then in the 1v1, you know, if you've played for the clutch, you can't crumble under the pressure, and that's exactly what happens, as sad as it is. It's 13 on the board for EG, and FURIA's chances are running out.
Yeah, that was not a round that you wanted to give up. A 2-for-1 entry as well for FURIA. With K-Serato deep at tree. I mean, a lot of teams would have saved there after K-Serato killed Obo. But EG are certainly glad they went for the round. They come out with all the glory. 3 from it now. FURIA back to banana, but this has not treated them well. Mihu waiting. As the molly fades, he moves in for the kill, and Stan looking to spam smokes. Oh, he swaps sides. Now they're going to wait for the smoke to fade and then pop through last second. Is there any kind of flash? It might not matter. Mihu's going to spam them before the smoke dissipates. Gets out alive as well. Stan hits the cross. They both get it through though. One ticks the Molotov, so there's a bit of info about Pool. They're climbing up. Mihu looks ready. Smoke down at his feet. Reload got to come in, and EG, they've got to play the full-on retake. Zerg, he's being chased, but it must have heard something. It doesn't matter. While Mihu spams out drop, Vinny on the lug is causing all the commotion. Stan's got to turn around and deal with it. Mihu dives through the smoke. The bomb was late. They still have to clean out Vinny, and he is winning the round single-handedly. Just living now, draws EG away from the plant, away from the bomb site. Stan knows, and Vinny don't care. 3, running out of ammo. Now another retake on, another 2v4 perhaps. They're going to give it a go.
I mean, hell, they won it before, right? But surely they can't win it again. Mihu with a lot of damage.
Oh, no,
Breezy, knife out, and Art's going to surprise him at the sandbags.
Oh, Vinny, though. That's a muscular round right there from Vinny, coming in on the wrap. I mean, Cirque even heard him, man. He turned around. I don't know if there was a call from A. Like, yeah. He's running behind you.
The most insane part is like every one of the fights that Vinny goes on to win, they know he's there. Like, they know about him from the first to the last. Vinny puts up 3, and every step of the way, he's fighting up against players. You know, he's not catching them by surprise. It's not some mastermind lurk. That is just brute force out of Vinny to find Furia at 12.
Oh, no! Missed shot from Zerg. We needed that opener. He at least gets out with his life. More than that, Stan will send Art packing from the round. Zerg is low, but on an AWP, it's not the end of the world. Oh, my goodness. That looked like Zerg was dead with a missed peek down beat. Furia, they haven't done an A hit in a while. EG still have 3 here. It feels predictable at worst. Bit of spam damage. Nades could do more. KSRata throws 1 B smoke, but that's not going to do much when, you know, you realize nothing's going off the back of that. A little coffin smoke in as well for KSRata. He's trying to run a full execute all alone with drop grenades, but it's not causing much of a problem. Mihu is running a rotate now, but soon you're going to realize, no, nothing is coming off this utility. Mihu, you can go back. He's picked up nades in spawn, and he's already doubling back to the A site, but is it too late? It's a B split. And Mihu doesn't know.
Oh, I don't think it is the B split anymore. They're recommitting back into A. Vinny deep up long, hiding in this smoke, trying to make another big Vinny play happen. Timing's everything for the guy, and with Mihu winning that fight, you've lost your main man, your point man who was trying to do all this damage. It's all down to the short play, and with the bomb cut loose, dropped out in the open, Obo goes on a bit of a tear and is helped out by the mystery man of Breezy, the mystery machine, riding away with that one. Couldn't have got away with it too if it wasn't for Mihu and those meddling kids over the wards long, silencing Vinny's play.
Yeah, I mean, they made it look like a B spot. I thought, honestly, that probably was the call at one point in the round for Furia, right? They had, you know, players coming up archway, they had CT open, and they even had KSRata at top car, but he'd run out of util, he'd run out of ways to keep EG distracted there, and you know EG, it's very scary going for a B split with like 30 seconds left. The time can be the problem there. Cirque's thrown into middle. The flash again that has been so good from Furia every round, wherever Cirque fights, whether it's mid or banana, he is, you know, knocked off for the spawn play. Furia just a bit of a sad round into that A site, gonna fall short, but there's always room to recover. They've got another rifle round on the most part. Drop coming up B, flashes KSRata. Stan scared of a swing, pre-fires, and takes the angle back. Look how confident this guy's playing. Has not looked like this for a while, and Zerg, finally the flash does nothing to stop him, taking down Vinny on the blind shot. And that is one of the big performers. Him and KSRata have been the man, or the men, handling the dirty work on this T side. Even KSRata's have had a bit of a downturn in the latter few rounds. Vinny's the only one associated with a winning rifle for Furia. Can they find a second? Oh dear.
This is huge, man. EG piecing it together. They know it's the B play. Stan still dead on the opener. Cirque wants to find something. He's trapped, trying to flash himself out of danger. Just buying time. Cirque with the first, but he can't quite make it a double. Are they ready for me, who's already deep up through banana? Oh, he's running, doesn't check the boost. Art with the miss. And KSRata's dead. Luckily enough, Yuri will get rid of that player, and it's just Obo in this 1v2 clutch. Silence for a moment, but Obo They're ready to double swing this. Oh, they're trying to get the timings right. Art and Yuri. Oh, Art's never even needed. Yuri takes his head off. And FURIA keep the wins coming in.
And that's more like it, right? The powerhouse firepower trio of Vinny, Keserato, and Yuri, they've all had a massive impact round coming in now. And I don't know, me who gets ahead of himself, perhaps trying to stop the bomb plot, trying to chase those CT players to bail Cirque out after he dies to trade him. And he doesn't check Art. Even despite that, Yuri comes in with a cleanup, 3 kills, and FURIA are still standing in this map and series. It's the game that keeps on giving. Forgetting all other implications, all other matches, all you're thinking about is the here and the now, and again, the flashbangs are a problem.
Yeah, so, you talk about those other matchups. While this has been happening, obviously we have 2 other games. I'm going to tell you what's gone on there in just a moment, because Keserato is looking for feet, and he spams out Stan, locking in a double entry over towards B. But even that doesn't look to convince FURIA to commit to the B play. They hear Cirque firing off. They know about this third man. Keserato just doesn't know when to quit it. Always looking to hit it again. So they're going to start to rotate over. At this point, EG just call for a gamble. They say, look, if they come A, maybe we win the round with all 3 here. And FURIA are giving them that chance, are giving them the wish of committing to this A play. Now that you've heard the AWP, I would almost love to see them leave, but the bomb is all the way out short. Vinny will win that first fight. And Mihu falls in the pit as well. Cirque's getting chased by Art, but he will hold on to the AWP at the very, very least. So now's the perfect time for me to recap what's gone on in these other games, what's happening in Group B. We had Team 1 taking on 0-0 Nation. They picked up the victory there. Meanwhile, Godsent were able to see out a win over Triumph. So that has secured Godsent a spot out of the groups. And I'm pretty sure with that, the major, where things get interesting is in this 3rd place spot, right? Obviously, the team that ends up in 3rd goes to play the 5th place decider up against Extremum. And so this is where it matters a hell of a lot for EG. If they win this game, they're in 3rd place. They can still make it to the major. They play Extremum for a shot at that, right? If not, if they lose this, we end up in a 3-way tie, and we go to tiebreakers between Triumph, EG, and Team 1. Now, for some of those squads, chances of reaching the major already out the window. Folks like Triumph needed top, I think, 3 in the event to make it with the point reductions taken into account. This is a full eco for EG, and so they're just getting churned up. FURIA looking like they want to run away with this round, putting them onto 15 and potentially teeing us up for a 3-way tie.
I'm shocked Cirque peeked down Banana in that save as well. There were just seconds remaining of the round, and he goes back for more, maybe just wanting the info to see if they're walking up, but that was a lost AWP. This round was always going to be a flat USP buy. Or not buy, I guess, but even having an AWP could have made things interesting. Not today. Mihu can get as much as he wants. It's not enough. 15-14. This felt like EG could do no wrong. It felt like they were in full control of the matchup in this second half with a streak of 6 rounds, all but forgotten now. And they've got to drag their way across the finish line. Broken ankles limping their way, and FURIA, what a time to come alive with big multi-kill rounds out of Keserato, Vinny, and Yuri to get us here. Art leading the way. And here it is, all to play for right now. First pause out of EG, they haven't felt flustered yet. Now they certainly must be looking for overtime up against FURIA.
So yeah, just to confirm that, Godsent guaranteed to make it to the major. Pain as well. Obviously, FURIA and Liquid already up there, already safe. And the saddest part is is in the event we go to that three-way tie, if EG lose this, right, and they go on to play in the three-way tie, the other teams they're up against can't get to the major anymore anyway. You know, even if they won that out, even if they won the 5th place decider. So EG, pressure is still on to try and at least bank on yourselves getting into that decider spot for a chance at the major. That's the real take-home point here for EG. They lose Stanislaw to open up this round. FURIA looking to make the comeback happen.
I mean, for EG, they essentially now have 2 chances, right? Here and then in those three-way ties, but you want to just wrap it up now.
Yeah, you just want the safe option, mate.
Why risk it? Why play OTs when you could play just one here and now, but many more in the future? EG down a man, stacked to the 9s up on this A site. Cirque sits above the Molotov, it won't do a thing to him. Nice little grimy angle, but he sees him escape in time, and now they know he must be up on boost, so he drops. Bomb is up and ready in apps. FURIA still recommitting late. EG doubting themselves, moving a man out at the worst possible moment.
Yeah, I mean, you know, trying to read FURIA, it can be impossible at times. Oh, dead. And now it comes down to individuals. Now the individuals have to show up for both sides. Vinny with 1, Obo on a tear, still alive down in the pit. Yuri with a 1v2 to try and get this over the line. Bomb now planted and Yuri looking for a way out. A long way away is Mihu, so Obo is the only guy applying pressure right now, giving over a 1v1 with every peek he takes. Yuri wins that, and now just Mihu left to beat. Yuri trying to come in with the clutch to seal the deal for FURIA. With the swing, Yuri locks it in, 16-14, and the comeback is complete.